Mic check. So today the album we're looking at is a what I consider a classic. This came out back in the year 2003. So that just goes to show the longevity that this album has, for me at least. And when I bring it up, maybe some of you guys will recognize it. But before I start though, this is an album that has been in the classic realm, but up until now, no one's really brought to attention that it deserves to be put in the Halloween realm as well. And when the album cover pops up in a sec, those who are familiar with the album might probably be like, but then when you think about the track listings and the songs and how well the songs were executed, you could see why I would consider this a Halloween album. So we're looking at Last Emperor, Music, Magic, Myth. So here's my backstory on the album. Last Emperor happened to be an artist that collaborated with a singular artist that me and my friends listened to when we was younger. Somewhere from there, one of my friends looked into him because he liked Last M's verse and ended up finding his album, which was Music, Magic, Myth. But this was in the days of Napster, iTunes, fucking all them, MySpace as well. All the torrent sites that used to be out for where people would get music from free. That's pretty much where my copy of the album had come from. So the CD that I had was a burned CD with all the songs jumbled up. They were definitely not in this order that the album is in. I think I had an extra song too. I think I had a remix for Meditation where like the beat was a little bit different, and I kind of wish I still had access to that. But Music, Magic, Myth. This came out in the year 2003. I'm not sure if August 26th is the exact date because Spotify, as you can tell, was way after. So I never, whenever it's a album that's old, at least 20 years old in this case, I'm never so sure about the dates they put up. But as you can tell, this is like one of those albums from that era that has 21 songs. And nowadays, a lot of people, they don't have enough attention span to listen to an hour and 35-minute album. But this was back when songs used to be four minutes plus. And looking back at it now, because I'm not really into 4-minute songs, but if I'm gonna listen to a 40-minute song, it needs to be like how Last Emperor did these songs. I'm just gonna play the intro. I'm just gonna play the intro for people. Let y'all know what I mean about this Halloween.
Is at hand.
Just listen to the shit.
My lord, we bring you news from the eastern provinces. It seems that an evil army of whack MCs has risen in the east. They are destroying the villages, leaving neither man, woman, or child alive, leaving carnage and destruction to all they touch. Moving so swiftly, only days shall pass before they storm our capital. What is this? An evil army? A plot to storm the capital? For many moons my forefathers ruled this land justly, yet with a mighty grip. Not since...
So when I was younger and I listened to this shit, bro, this shit was so fucking funny. And on top of that, this was years before the movie 300 came out. If y'all remember 300, he sounds just like one of the Persian soldiers from one of the armies they battled. Like whenever I hear this, that's what I think of their general that was in that movie. Like he really is an actual voice actor. And I don't know if he ever got to do voice acting jobs outside of rap, but I would put him as number one on the list to do voice acting jobs. So with this album, there's specific things that most people expect. For me, at least, the first time I heard this album, I don't know what I was expecting, but I know it was something along the lines of, oh, okay, 21 tracks. He must be like a really crazy lyricist that's just gonna bar the fuck out on every single song. Every single one of these songs is about something. I actually know there's a couple songs where he just gets off as MC, but most of these songs on this album are about something. And there's features, but I don't think they're listed. I believe Block Party has a couple people on it. Single Mother, a good song. Like these songs I'm about to talk about right now, this is mainly for people who've listened to the album, but Single Mother, you already know. That's about some real shit. Do You Care is a dope song. It's like that love song with like the old school style, like 1920s sample and shit. The vocalist on that song is probably one of the best singers I've heard in my lifetime. Now that I look back on it, I think that's one of the best singers I've heard in my lifetime. The vocalist who sings on that song with Last Emperor. So Do You Care? Ladies, if you're listening to this album review, go find that song. Listen to that first before anything on this album. Animalistics, dope as fuck. One Life, that song's deep. That's one of my favorite songs on here. Karma as well. Meditation is a dope song. All those songs I just listed are all about different topics. And Secret Wars 1 and 2, Secret Wars 2, as you can tell, this shit's 10 minutes and 7 seconds long. That's actually gonna be the song that I play in a sec. But Here We Are is one of my favorite songs. That is a song where I believe that he remixed one of KRS-One's beats, and it's dope because when you listen to both their versions, they're two different songs, even though it's the same beat, but they're two different songs. And for the record, KRS-One murdered that shit. Last Emperor, I like his version just as much. I like his version just as much. Like, and I ain't never felt that way about a remix. But like, he really put his foot in the dirt on that track. I was like, damn, like, he didn't approach this track the same way as KRS-One. Like, he did his own shit and wrote his own hook, and like it hits just as hard. All these songs are dope. Every single one of the songs on this album is dope, including the outro and intro. Like, the intro is like the only part where he's like not rapping, but everything else is a fucking song. And even in today, 2025, this album still holds its heat. Let's get into Secret Wars Part 2. So this is some Halloween shit. Wrong one. Secret Wars 1. That's the one I meant.
This uplifting cinematic experience.
I've got something important to tell you, man.
The big story is...
This is back when Beats used to have that.
Dig it and dig it deep.
What if I had the power to gather all of my favorite MCs with the illest comic book characters and they became arch enemies? Inconceivable, unbelievable, yet as wild as it seems, the Emperor and Stan Lee will coach the two opposing teams. Keep it clean, no bats, no gats, guns, or interference. Comic book characters would go head up with raw lyrics. Now I take whoever might be on break from doing tours and have them sign up for the last Emperor's Secret War. Sure.
So even just that beginning, 35 seconds in, you already know what the deal is with this song. I remember back when I was hearing this shit, I was like, nigga, what? On top of that, I want to take a second to give props to whoever made this fucking beat. Like this sounds just like a normal beat, whatever, but man, this beat has lasted 20 something years. Like every time I hear this shit, I'm like, damn, this brings me back to that era, back when Immortal Technique dropped Revolutionary Volume 2. Like, this was like around that time. This was Like, this is when they had that shit.
That kind of capacity, we need a crazy large arena that might stretch from West Philadelphia to East Medina. If I'm able, I'd put it on pay-per-view through my label and give free tickets to my neighborhood bums with no cable. Yeah, that sounds fat. Now that we've squared away the propositions, let's begin with the ultimate tough man competition. Set it off, it's the fight of the century. KRS and Professor X will battle each other mentally with rhymes. These two team captains waste no time. Charles Xavier tried to invade Chris Parker's mind. He shot a cerebral probe at Chris's mind, but he missed it. Professor X taken out by the Blastmaster's metaphysics.
So here's the thing, that I'm not gonna play this whole song, but I just want to play just a piece of it, just to let y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, this is this. When I listen to it, I'm more focused on the story he's telling rather than the top tier lyricism that it takes to write some shit like this. Think about this: KRS-One versus Professor X. You know how fucking creative that shit was back in 2003, nigga. Who the fuck was man? Back in 2003, Bubba Sparks was on the fucking radio, nigga. This shit is at the fucking top of that. And even now today, when I listen to this shit, I'm like, damn, nigga still ain't touched this. Feeling like an old ass man looking back, like, damn, this shit came out in 2003. Nigga still ain't touched this. Like, this is one of the most creative songs I've ever heard. Like, back then when this came out, like, I was listening to Cannabis right before he joined the army, and I thought that was like the highest fucking form of like rap. But this is like a completely different branch of lyricism. The one thing I do like that Last Emperor and Cannabis both can do is they can get deep into detail when it comes to telling a story. And this is one of them songs. This is a song that's fucking deep in detail. And that's the reason why people got to give Last Emperor the lyricist credit, even though he doesn't spend every single song getting off and doing all that shit, 32 bar verses, got the fucking 18 hit combo stanzas and all that shit. His songs hit. He has songs that like they've had a 23-year effect on me. Like, I still am like, damn, man, this reminds me of that song One Life by Last Amp. Shit, let me go and find. And it's crazy because for these ever since I had that CD on disc, like, I haven't been able to hear this album. I ain't known who the fuck has it, because this is one of the rarest albums ever. But the fact that Spotify has it is crazy. iTunes might have it too. This shit's crazy because whenever I get any music platform or whatever the fuck people recommend me, I always look for songs like this. Like, oh, do they have Last Amp? Do they have this? Do they have that? There's albums that I used to fucks with. One specifically in a Halloween album, and it used to be on Spotify. It got taken down, and I believe due to possibly sample clearances and stuff like that. I'm still gonna look for that album so I could bring it up in a different video. But long story short, this is one of those flagpoles in hip hop that a lot of people don't know about. But whenever people recommend you a platform to listen to music, go check if they have this first. But that Secret Wars Part 1, that's a legendary song. I think a lot of people probably don't know about it, but one of my favorite songs is this is a completely different vibe.
Everybody come with me, let's take a ride. Turn the system up loud, let it amplify. Look around the town and let the sounds lead you. Everywhere I see the remnants of a proud people, where little girls find their way in the world through mama, and little guys see the world through the eyes of fathers. Everybody wanna learn how to earn a dollar, but we know there's more to the hood than urban squalor.
And that's the thing, like, even back when I used to listen to this, I'd be like, damn, like, this is something that a lot of people ain't doing. Having every single song have a fucking topic, like a legitimate topic, no tangents throughout the song at all. Just specifically sticking to that topic, riding the beat, and also just rapping. Like, this is like these are the type of songs where if you cut the beat away, it's still slam poetry basically. And this is what I look for when it comes to albums, at least every now and then. Like, not everyone needs to try to get off like this, but there needs to be albums like this every now and then where every song is a song. That's real important when it comes to being an artist, and that's the one aspect that I feel like a lot of people are missing nowadays. And I'm also real specific with these albums I review too. Like there's a lot of albums dropping right now, but there's a lot of albums that have come out in the past that a lot of people don't even know that they have access to. There's in this platform that I have pulled up right now, Spotify, like there's a lot of things that are within it that are like, I guess, hidden. Not necessarily hidden, but there's a lot of features a lot of people don't know that they have access to, and I think I might have to make a video about that. But this Music Magic Myth, this is one of fuck it, I'm just gonna say this is one of the best albums to ever drop in hip hop. And not saying it's like top 5 or no shit like that, but within the list of 1,000 of the best hip hop albums to drop, this is definitely amongst that list. Anyone who's a fan of MF Doom, I automatically recommend you peep this album. And for those who are fans of Last Emperor in general, he does have an album that dropped in 2024. It's called the Reprogram Experience Volume 1. I listened to a piece of it. I still got to listen to the rest of it. But I'm really happy to know that Last Emperor is still recording music and putting music out. Even though there is a 20-year gap in between his albums. He did drop a single in 2018. But I'm just really happy to see that he's still doing music. Because this might possibly be like one of the best artists that's walking today. But we won't know. We will never know. All right, y'all. I'm a skedaddle. I'm a get a couple other reviews in, but catch y'all on the next one.